Hey, everybody. This is me and George. We've been playing our Cottabon series, and he pushed me down to 3 stones. Then he had the audacity to challenge me to an even game, and I trounced him fully. I wish Sucker beat me. So let's take a look. He played quite well. Even up. I'm white. Lots of choices here. I go this way. He basically says, it's me I on the bottom. I'll just take the third spot. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't understand. Let's say in area one, let's talk about big areas. We'll pretend area one is this really big area at some point in the game. So happens area two, another really big point. So if I take area one, he takes area two. If I take area two, he takes area one. It's me I. So you can go take a third thing that's smaller and you come out ahead. Or the same way you take one, he takes two, then you take area three. The point is you're free to go do whatever you want. That's kind of how I took this. So he plays the corner.
I guess neither of us can do anything special with the bottom anyway, right?
Yeah, seems that way. You could think about pinching. Certainly makes for an interesting game, and it's old style before AI. But it puts white on the spot. How do I deal with this situation? But this is more modern for sure. So my pattern is to take Sente and go about my business, right? That's my pattern. I thought, well, let's go. I never take the corner. Will he know how to use this? Not that it's bad for me. It's perfectly fine. Will he know? There's some timing involved. How to use the Aji, when to use it, which one to use. So I thought I'd take the corner. I'm also thinking that the left still isn't his if he establishes a position there. So I just didn't see the urgency.
To me,
Okay,
it
he
seems
plays
like
this.
in that variation, there's two black groups almost a little too close to each other. Is that too much of an exaggeration?
I think that's an overstatement, but it would bother me.
Yeah.
I think my guess is in reality, as long as you don't play in there and you hope white does, then everything's fine. That's my guess. This move, we talked about this recently. We used to say that white takes the whole corner in Sente, so black's wall just isn't worth it. AI comes along and says it's totally worth it. So this is now back in the mainstream, the long night, which gives white the corner in Sente, versus the short night, which basically takes the corner. Okay. And I assume you're doing it to reach out, limiting my stones on top?
Yeah, and I felt like if I play the short knight's move, you still have a decent extension at M17.
Yeah.
So I like to
Now,
go a little bit further.
yeah. That's what I don't forget, you have a free move in here.
True. Yeah.
And so any extension I make is really hard to support unless it's a short extension, which you don't care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay. Next, in the game, we're playing along, and he plays this. If this is Sente in the game, which we'll get to, painful. If this is Gote, not so bad. I went ahead and you will see it later. I finished my position on the left, which gave him the corner. Now, in the game, I didn't mind. But this is why we often test the waters right off to make sure he's going to play there. That's why the computer generally plays this awfully early, if not right away. Does that make sense, George?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was really glad you didn't do that early, or else it wouldn't have been a close game. I would have just died, I think. Boom, boom. If I was going to redo this, I think I'd do it this way, but it's no big problem either way. This was nice. A nice, thoughtful change. And let's walk through this thinking. I'm reading George's mind here. My A group, very flexible, very reasonable. He can't bother me. And I don't need to respond to B. I'm going to live one way or another. So even if he pounces on me, my A group will still be fine, and he can't get much on the left anyway. So I have a free move. Why don't I go ahead and pinch, which means I'm extending from a 2-stone A wall. It's really pleasant little thinking you put together here. Did I get it right? You're thinking?
Yes, and I was also thinking that if you come down hard on me at D4, I still can live pretty comfortably with that group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also I haven't invested in that stone at all. It's just a single stone at this point.
Yeah. Here, I thought quite a bit about, oh, that comes in a minute. Boom, boom, here. I get a nice size corner, and you're not entirely settled on either side. The problem is when you Hane, I need to come back, and really I'm not looking very good here. You're getting easy on both sides. So I decided I didn't see this as reasonable for me. So I decided to get out instead. And pinch. So I can do a lot of things that I want here. Let's just look at this for a moment. Let's say I finish this position. I'm thinking the right, this is not an easy place for me to play anymore. So I didn't like even a simple move for you on the right. Things, I don't know. Wasn't comfortable there. So I thought, well, why don't I do it right away? And make a tight pinch because I'm not settled there anyway. So nice and tight to keep my original group safe. This surprised me. So you're saying my corner is weak enough to support a group here. Okay.
I've been looking over our previous games with AI, and in quite some of these games, I've sacrificed the group quite early on in this kind of position. You know, like a weak stone there, there's no need for me to do anything. And AI just keeps saying that, oh, it's fine, you can just run out. You know, you don't have to necessarily attack anything, but I can just run out and get and have a group there in the center, and it's not an issue. So I thought I'd play more according to that approach today.
Yeah. And I particularly agree because neither my A nor my B group is settled. So your C stones are indeed being very useful, and I'm not getting those points.
And so, also, I got the Q3 move in, which maybe might have been a tiny bit slow, perhaps, but it gives me a nice follow-up to take away your base. So I thought
I did think it was a little slow. but it also hurts me quite a bit. So a little torn about it.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's definitely on both our minds. You get out, I make the obvious extension, you come up, and I have some decisions to make here. If I start getting out, what's my purpose? Oh, I will eventually be able to attack your center group. That sounded weak to me. I don't know, like, really? Am I going to get a free move or something? And even if it comes about, you only have the one group to worry about. I can't attack the bottom. So I didn't really see the benefit of coming out. So I thought, if I go for life and you start surrounding me, I live in the corner. I don't know. I'm thinking what I did wasn't great. It's a pretty questionable move because it doesn't bring me life. The next one brings me life. But for black to play here, it's big and I have no eyes. So I'm really torn here what to do.
I was also thinking this move might be a touch slow, but then I kind of felt like you could get it in Sente whenever you want, and it's a powerful move for you, I believe. So I thought I'm just going to play it,
Yeah.
even if it is a touch slow.
Reverse Sente, and it's actually double Sente, not locally, but this becomes absolute Sente now. Also, there's some interesting things happening here. Because of your move. So double Sente, you're definitely applying pressure on me. It's wonderful shape for you. I mean, any hopes of attacking this group is gone, although I did attack it.
And
Okay.
it also ended up being very useful thickness for an
For
attack.
later, yeah.
Yeah.
It really did. And that's one thing I feel like I learned really late in my Go career is the moves we play, for the most part aren't for now. Therefore, in 100 moves from now. All Go games are played later in the fighting, which is why we take time to make strong groups now. So maybe I should play this right now. I played this first and got my shape. Big move.
I was very close to pushing again, but I don't think it's Sente, right? And it also helps you fix that elephant's eye,
Yeah,
which I don't see as a real problem for white.
not a
I
problem
guess.
right now, but it's nice that it's there. You can use it later. So pushing does help me. Would I have responded? I would have tried not to, but yeah, I would have responded. I don't know about the Hani. I might have Hani'd. But
Okay.
anyway,
I was kind of thinking that if it was Sente, I probably should play it, because if you play it, I'm going to respond. So it kind of felt like it might be double Sente, and I didn't really
yeah,
think the elephant's eye amounted to anything much.
yeah. Well, one thing about that, let's do a Tawari, black to play. Do I can play here next? No,
Hmm.
I will not. So I'm thinking you want me to turn because I'm really not getting anything and you are getting something.
Nice, yeah.
So it's kind of double Sente and yet it helps white. So my vote is you did correct. You played here, which I don't mind because this definitely affects your group. Do you really have time to do your invasion on top? So I think this was the move that made me feel that I could be behind now. On the surface, it looks slow. But again, if let's just say you come in here and start, living, and I start, attacking you in here, it's just that you have two problems. if you come in. So I liked the move. You played there. I'm pretty concerned about my bottom right group. So I go for eyes, and my plan, of course, is to be hitting this. I want to attack this group. I mean, it's certainly not time, but there's not a lot I can do. I feel like I'm falling behind here. I thought that was great that you didn't play this.
Hmm.
You made the threat and didn't continue because there's no need at the moment. I played on your move, made me play on the second line. So it's all, you've done a good work already. Back to business. This was a nice flow on your part, I thought. And again, this is very hard for me. Do I do something in the center now? Once you play this, your center is super strong. Your area 1 is just going to be huge. And there's no attack. If I play, at least I have an attack. You don't get the center anymore. So I don't know. Very tough stuff. You played here. I've never considered this Sente. This is a regular thing. I didn't even consider it could be Sente until you played and totally ripped me apart. Now, this move is regularly played when white's 1 further away. So I thought, well, that doesn't seem right. You sure proved me wrong. I do the turn, which I probably shouldn't. I'm really trying to get something accomplished here, and I don't know how. So maybe now's the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when you let me capture the corner, I was very happy because I just knew that that group was safe for the rest of the game, and it also gave me points. So, but perhaps it was kind of slowing me coming back and killing the corner when I do in the game.
So you're saying, I know white might let me have the corner, but I like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, let's move forward with this a little bit. We'll come back to this. Well, I can just click on it. Okay, so I give up the corner, I get out. So now it's black's move. Now it's black's move. Game over if it's black's move. So if you play early, I can't go against this move. So let's go back to this. Give me a second. I'm trying to get my mind straight about this. Boom, boom, boom. I make good, and then you start the attack, however you're going to do it. It seemed to me when this came about, my 2 stones really needed help. At the moment, they don't seem to. So, so I'm saying I don't have the free, there we go. At the moment, I have the freedom to give you the corner. So I can settle my group. What if you attack all this stuff happens, I don't have that freedom. So I can't get to the point where I'm saying it well. I
I
think I'm
think,
correct.
yeah, I think I need to watch this again later, and hopefully then I'll get it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I was also quite happy the flow in the game, because I think especially because of my K17 stone kind of being prepared to attack in a way. So your group on top wasn't completely settled, right? So
Well, black takes the corner, white lives.
but in the game, I still had some forcing moves against that top white
Sure.
group, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess in the other example, it would be more extreme.
Yeah. So I might say here, if it's, oh, black can take the corner, or black can force white into the corner. Yeah, lots to think about here. So I was pretty concerned that I could be in big trouble. So I go to settle. Looking at it now, it seems like, well, don't I have plenty of room? Now that I'm looking at it, I think I might take. So I don't know. I mean, save, yeah. Then this move. Gosh, I've never seen this before. So let's go through it. Boom, 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 boom. And then out. And I have 0 eyes. I hate that. We're on the same page at the moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I went this way to do an underneath thing, but it went badly. What about here? What does black play?
Connect, I think.
This one?
Yeah. And then cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that doesn't work. So it looks like I went the only way. Let's do this here. What do you do?
I'm not sure.
Capture?
Yeah, I guess capture.
Let's try it. Save or take?
Say, save, I guess, because it opens up the cut. I think.
I'm going to play this for a moment. Make it harder on you. You're going to have Sayatari, correct?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Do you have time to cut? No. So you're going to do some sort of getting out. Oh, man. Hard game.
Mm.
So I went this way, and it was just pretty miserable. Now, the only good news is I have an eye in Gote in the corner. So if I can find an eye in the center somewhere in Sente, then I'm okay. Okay. So I think if you try to kill my group, I'll live in the center. You agreed, so you went after the next group, and I go for life. Okay, corner, all yours. You played this very well. You did great in this game. Really good. Okay. So you are well ahead at this point. And I have weak groups.
At this point, I guess there's no real reason for me to keep attacking, right? Because I can't see any way to profit. You're alive on the bottom, you're alive on the top. I mean, unless I kill that group in the center, I don't think there's much I can really do. Although
Yeah.
I think actually in the game you got quite some points around the P14 area. So perhaps I could have avoided that somehow.
Yeah, that's true. But in regards to attacking the A group, if you attack right now, everything will be answered right now. But if you let it hang, then every move you put down, I'm like, okay, did that hurt me? I was sweating bullets. I barely lived, and you going around taking points, and I'm sweating things. So I thought you handled it real well. We usually play at A, right? So you can Han A back, and we share that area.
Yeah.
This is not so big. So I thought this helped me quite a bit. And here you started ignoring me, which really bothered me because I was coming back. I was going to get you. If you fell into your normal George endgame, I was going to win this game because there's some big endgame, right? And then you play, and then wait. You play, and then I'm going to get Sente after Sente after Sente, and I'm going to win the game. But you said, no, I'm not going to defend that. Okay, so you got points. I got nothing because of the weakness. I'm not even connected. This is absolute Sente. More Sente. Oh, here I dared you. I'll kill the top. Are you going to try to kill me in the center? You said no. Oh, this was big though. And then back. That was big. I thought you'd fall for this and game over.
Yeah.
And then in my mind, I fantasized, Lance, that doesn't count. Can I have that back? And I was like, what would I say? No, you can't have that back. So I'm way behind. The only thing is to attack this group. And it does have white all around. So it's not unreasonable to consider the idea.
I thought you did very well attacking this, but I think I also probably did quite a bad job at defending. Like my first move, the knight's move. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Because it's very kind of one purpose. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to connect back to my group, but it's if that doesn't connect, which of course it doesn't, then it's not. There's no dimension. There's no shape to it somehow. But you know what I mean? Doesn't feel quite
I
right to
do.
me.
Let's just mark some options here. Do any of these seem like a better direction? What looks good? I like C. Start attacking, get some free blackstones, but then it's just all cut, right? F, not cuttable. It's a knight's move that's not cuttable. E is a knight's move that is cuttable. Actually, F gives you this.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
here, I go home, you connect. Then it's just a win. I'd probably resign at that point because all I can do is try to chase this group. I was very happy to find a cut there.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping you're going to get sloppy and that I find a cut here later when I'm ready to kill. So I defend, and you're like, no. Okay, you got me.
Iron pillar.
Yeah. Still, I think something like this would be better,
Yeah, I
but
think so. I nearly
same thing.
played that.
I mean, yeah,
I was
same thing.
already out of time at this point, and I just
Yeah. Yeah, you got down to, you were playing dummy points just to get some time on the clock. I gained some in game, nothing too serious. I was concerned of dying here, so I was awfully glad to connect. And then here, I didn't see it either. Actually, when I played, I thought it was going to say Atari, I save, you save. And all of a sudden I go, wait a minute, he can't save those stones.
that's also pretty big, right? Me coming down there.
It is big. So it would be worthwhile to, especially the viewers, if we were to count this. Area 1, I get 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's say 8, 9, 10. So white gains 10. Does that sound about right?
Sure.
If you had played I still get 3 of those. Okay, so 7. You don't gain anything. Okay, so that's 7. And this move immediately takes away 5, 6. So a white move there is worth how many? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6. 5. But you also have the monkey jump. And this means I have to back off. So I think white gained in the whole exchange, but not very much, which is pretty funny. Big capture, not much gain. Okay, we're doing all this. I'm stretching for points, and after here, it's just
This
this is
I like
big.
this move. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I can't
because
play
the
the
monkey
monkey
jump
jump.
doesn't work anymore. Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice.
and it gives me that S9 point.
Mm.
Actually, S9, T7, T8, and that's 3 points by itself and removes the monkey jump. It's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just in game after that, we're pretty close to the end here. We're both really trying to get a couple points. Good. And a 3.5 point win. Very nice, George. You played great.
Thanks, Lance. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, viewers, hope you enjoyed it. Catch y'all later. Bye.